Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Hey everyone, checking in on the cryptocurrency space. So we're still in a little bit of an ambiguous range. I'm still watching Bitcoin on the 12-hour as we have the exponential support still as a little grinding level that we've been on for 3 or 4 days at this point. And we still have our 12-hour lower highs. So drawing out where these lower highs stand, 1, 2, 3. I missed one in there, so 3 back here, 4, and just had a 5th. And we're watching now, are we going to see a 6th? So the most important short-term resistance levels for me are 93.93. Last video I made, I said on this bull break on the daily time frame, as far as setting our daily high or low, the bulls proved nothing unless we get over 94.33, which at that point in time was our most recent 12-hour lower high. We did not break that level, we pulled back, and now we have the same standpoint. If we do not break 93.93 and 94.33, bulls prove absolutely nothing. So we have a battleground between 12-hour, 12-period exponential support and these lower highs. One of them is going to break within the next 24 hours, and if it's a bear break, we're going to be looking at 89.50 support, and if it's a bull break, we will zoom out to the daily, and we will look for our lower high to form somewhere in the upper 9,000 range, unless there's some significant bull volume behind it. So 12-hour time frame for clarity. I have my stop level set from my entry down here. I moved it up and watching to see, can we get any follow through? Because again, if we fail this little bounce attempt and drop down to a lower lows, bulls will lose a lot of the momentum that they are trying to keep from that massive 2-day bull move we saw at the end of October. So we have a little bit more strength in Ethereum. Remember, we've been watching this equilibrium. We held support. We set another 12-hour lower high at 186.19, held another higher low, and now we got a bull break. Not a lot of follow through right now, but at least it's more of a bull break than Bitcoin has seen. 12-hour lower high resistances. So we zoom back out to the daily and see where we stand. And again, holding the back tests of the exponential support, looking up at resistance, 193.41 now becomes the most important resistance. So it's a 12-hour bull break, but because Bitcoin has not broken as well, we're not really seeing much follow through. And while the bulls are keeping short-term control in their favor, we need more follow through if we're going to be confident. ETH BTC, daily higher low has been established. Remember, we're watching this range for the potential of the daily trend change. If we get it, if we break 0205, we have the daily trend change, which means zoom out because our weekly higher low has been established. And then we watch to see, can the bulls change the weekly trend? So trying to set the weekly higher low, still need that follow through on the daily chart, but if we change this weekly trend on ETH BTC, it will be the first time we've seen a weekly trend change since we were at our highs back in 2017. So it would be very notable if that were to take place, but one step at a time, daily trend change needed first. LTC USD, again, there's your 12-hour tightening range, breaking bullish, more follow through on Litecoin than on Ethereum right now. Building its base of support. This is exactly what the Bitcoin bulls wanted to see, and they obviously did not see it. So grinding exponential support on declining volume every single day, declining volume for 8 days in a row. That changes today with the clear bull break and the clear follow through. So Litecoin led the way, Ethereum followed, though a bit weaker, and Bitcoin has not been able to follow. LTC BTC chart. So we have changed the daily trend. That is notable. That's what the ETH BTC bulls want to see. So we set our higher low, broke the higher high, which means the weekly bounce is underway. Again, remembering that our differences were coming from a weekly lower low. We're not looking to change the weekly trend on this chart because anything under 78.75 is a weekly lower high, and that's still a ways away. So we at least put a stop to the bleeding on the LTC BTC pairing, and now we're going to watch for that weekly lower high to be set compared to 78.75. XRP, so still in its tightening range as well. We had our low of 286 hold. We held, actually our low was 2844. We held 286. Another higher low formed at 289, but we have been unable to break our resistances. 299 resistance is a double top. That level is a must break. So XRP is looking a lot like Bitcoin. Yes, the bulls are still holding on, but no, we have not seen any convincing follow through that our higher lows have been established, and the bulls still have a lot of work to do to try and see that follow through, ideally catching up to where Litecoin has already gone today. NEO USD. So there's the 12-hour time frame for NEO holding the exponential support, breaking the lower high resistances. We zoom out to the daily. Our higher low is clearly set at 1012. That's the most important daily support now. And we even broke resistance of 1154. So we are now only looking back at 1343. We don't expect to break that anytime soon. But as far as breaking recent resistances, NEO USD is the leader. This is actually NEO USDT on Binance. But it's the leader as far as the highest price that we've seen in the last 6 days. And if we look back at Litecoin, we are trading at the highest price that we've seen in the last 6 days. So it's in line. Litecoin and NEO in the lead on this current move. And we'll continue to watch the 4-hour uptrend. We'll continue to watch the 12-hour uptrend, which has been having a bit more clarity for me over the last few days. Those are our leaders so far. Binance, need to update this chart. So Binance is also following through, trying to make it back to its recent high. The daily inside bar bull break occurred at 2004, and we did get some decent follow through, about 3% or so. Have to break 2124 to see continuation. Again, Binance is the strongest name out of these that we're looking at on the daily chart. Very clear higher low on the daily, trying to break resistance, looking at it on the 12-hour perspective. If we lose the 12-period exponential, again, a lot of these names, that is our guide. If we lose those levels, it'll be notable for short-term weakness. But as long as they hold, it's just a slow grind where the bulls are not confident, but they'll take it as far as just keeping that short-term strength. Link USD. So daily higher low is trying to form compared to 252. So we have the low of 252, high of the bounce, trying for a higher low, and bulls have to break 279 to change the daily trend. If we change the daily trend back in favor of the bulls, our weekly higher low, actually I take that back, I was thinking of ZRX. We haven't consolidated enough to set a weekly higher low yet at this point. And at this point, it's a weekly inside bar from last week and a weekly inside bar this week. So tightening range, if the inside bar breaks bearish, weekly consolidation to find a higher low. If it breaks bullish, bulls keep their momentum, which would be impressive to recover from the size of this pullback to change the daily trend back in favor of the bulls. So it's ZRX that needs to change the daily trend for our weekly higher low to be established. We have our low, high of the bounce. Now the bulls must hold 26 and see a bull break of 31 to change the daily trend. If that takes place, our weekly higher low will be healthy and set, and we'll be looking back up at the recent high of 344. So again, strength, NEO and LTC are leading the way. ETH is in the middle, and we got XRP and BTC weaker, as far as those all sharing the same 12-hour setup with varying differences, some small differences. Binance is a much different setup, and Link and ZRX are their own setups as well. So need follow through for the bulls. If we lose 12-hour, 12-period exponential support, it will certainly be a red flag. And if we can see some increasing bull volume, we will be a lot more confident as bulls. Still riding my position, stop loss is set, and hopefully we get a move back up to the upper $9,000 range. Hope you're well, do good things out there. We'll check back in. Need that volume to show up. Keep an eye on that volume. Have a good day.